Yeah. What are your smoking goals? Yeah, these things were like they have to pick something you've made anyway instead of being like radio buttons, like just like bigger, more like modern friendly buttons.
Okay.
Yeah, number of weeks. What's the goal of like the
And then
okay.
what's the goal for?
The smoking buds. So like what are you
So
supposed to do
we're
with
thinking
them?
that's kind of like an accountability thing if you're like signing up with your friends and you're all trying to quit together. You could find them on there, or if you wanted to find random people, and then like I guess it's just your group that you can report to and say, I guess like update them and
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that's cool. I like to give me random buds.
Yeah.
Lots of people might like to do that. These two pages don't look like they do that, but also like if it's an app, like it definitely doesn't need to like if you're having to scroll, like that's not a good thing. You probably shouldn't have to scroll.
what do you down?
Yeah,
Or-
like,
Yeah.
like swiping is
Just
So you can
multiple
do like
pages
next
being
and-
better, yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
I think months might be more realistic than weeks.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but I've never tried to quit smoking, but
Yeah, it might be better to give people like a huge range, possible range.
because nobody's gonna quit smoking in like 2 weeks, you know, like.
Yeah, if they can, then they probably don't need to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, when you get this app, is this the very first thing you see?
I guess we kind of designed it that way. We could have like a more of a welcome page.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think that would be good.
And I think that if we're separating it out into multiple pages, your name, age, and stuff, you could be like, welcome, type in your name. on
Yeah,
one page.
yeah.
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 Yeah, that would make sense for like a first page to just be name and age,
Yeah.
and then get into the more technical questions.
And this isn't really a criticism, but it would probably help to look at like make a new account on like Twitter or Facebook and see how they deal with this kind of stuff. Like deal with like getting your initial information not on a computer but like on their apps.
Yeah, and
there
see
might be
how
good
they do.
ideas
Yeah.
there.
Okay, we go to the next. So this idea is you can buy a lockbox that a pack of cigarettes fits in, and then it's kind of rations your cigarettes for you, so it unlocks when it's time for your next cigarette.
That makes sense. That sounds expensive, but
Yeah. So that's like an optional. You can do the app without it, or you can.
right.
You wanted that
Is it
extra.
I don't know, is it physical or is it like
It's a physical box. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that you would like.
That you pair with, and then the app tells it when it can open.
Okay. Maybe having like an explanation on this page.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if they haven't heard of the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Bluetooth symbol, right?
Yes.
Also, like, I don't know, like, even if I knew the box was Bluetooth, like, I don't know if I would know what the Bluetooth button would be for. But just making that more clear, I guess.
Okay.
I assume the one cig there is just like an example, but just because I know some people like to smoke more than one cig at a time.
At a time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is like, say this is your box of cigarettes, and as you smoke them, it kind of becomes transparent, like so it kind of turns gray or whatever. Like that's when it's gone, and then it tells you it's just like maybe has you smoking 5 cigarettes that day, and so it's like you have this many left for the day,
Yeah.
or that kind of thing.
Since
So would you word it differently, like the little ration update?
Word which part differently?
This part. So
like
this
you
is
have
like
one
tells
cig
you
every...
how many you have left, or how many you have for the day, or how many between like if you were like kind of counting down to when you have your next cigarette, what like what measure would you like?
I mean, I think the hours and minutes makes sense. Okay. Obviously, I don't know how else you would possibly do that, measure it out.
That's true.
I don't know if this would happen here or later, but maybe like you know, people are bound to like cheat, and so maybe like having a like instead of just ignoring that people might do that, like having like something it's like I cheated.
Up, yeah.
This is what I did.
Yeah.
The cheat option is definitely
That's
good.
That's a good option.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Maybe even like incorporating like a little notes section for yourself, so you can just like say, I don't know, but yeah, and I don't know if it could be good, and definitely with the box you would have to have it like where it unlocks periodically, but maybe another function where it's just like you have this many cigarettes that you can have today, and like you can divide that how you want.
Yeah. Instead of like space, because if you smoke more when you get home from class instead of like
yeah.
And the last thing you'd want is for like somebody to, like that's a smoker to be like they smoke one when they know they can, and then they get like some kind of like notification here like, oh, you can smoke another, and they're like, oh, okay.
yeah.
I guess I should.
I guess it's time to smoke. Yeah, that's fair.
And then this screen is kind of a progress screen. I think we wanted to have more graphs, but what kind of measures do you think you would like for how you're doing? So this is just like a graph of how much you're smoking each day, and it's supposed to go down over the amount of days.
Yeah, I like this because instead of being like prescriptive, like you get this many cigs and like you're forcing yourself to go down, like this is just like very plain. Like if you had a spike, you would just know like, okay, I smoked more that day, and like I'm not gonna.
And you'd probably feel bad about it.
Yeah, and you would like beat yourself up instead of the app
like,
saying anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, the app definitely shouldn't have like negative.
You messed up on this day.
You fucked up. Yeah, you don't want that, because then people just stop using the app.
This app is mean.
Yeah. Kind of like how a budgeting app, like, you know, they don't tell you what to do. You just can see everything you've done. Because if you
they'll give you,
app,
they'll give you
have the intention to
suggestions.
smoke less.
Yeah. But light suggestions.
Yeah. Another graph. Maybe like little something that could like analyze the slope and be like, at this rate, like you can be cig free by this time or something.
That's a good idea.
If you continue at this rate, and like a number, because like that number would change, and somebody might see like, oh, at this rate, like I'll be clean in 11 weeks, and then they start smoking a lot more, and then they see this number go up, and they're like, oh shit.
Another thing that would probably be good is just like something where you set it so like I can't have cigs before a certain time, because I know I do that. Like I don't let myself have cigs before noon. So I don't know.
So maybe if you put in your own reminders or something, if you
something like that.
If you're like, these are my goals, and maybe so our thing when we were up here looking at your goals, we thought about making it a box that you could type into, but then we'd have to have a human go and read that.
Right, yeah.
So we made it multiple choice. But if you do you think you would like to be able to put in goals for yourself and just have that maybe at the top of the screen?
I think that'd be good. Just like a reminder for yourself. Yeah. of what your goal is. You can look at.
And he didn't update it after the hurricane. He's just been saying
Little notification.
let's try.
Yeah. It might be, I don't know how you would implement it, but it might be good for there to be a way to visualize like what time you're smoking at. I don't know.
And like
I
see
don't-
a graph of like
when you're
smoke
smoking over the
mist.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I don't know how you would visualize that, but that would
Yeah,
probably be helpful.
I think you could do that as bars.
Yeah,
Different
sure.
kinds of-
Yeah, bar graph.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, you're talking about like a graph.
Something,
of,
something
like,
that shows
times a
what
day.
time of the day you smoke. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you could maybe it would cause you to think about like why you're smoking more at certain
Right.
times.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So this is where you collect your money.
You get money.
So we're thinking we'll work with insurance companies and they will fund
Oh.
like cash rewards for people who've stopped smoking. And so you've
Or maybe
told
like a
the app
better
that you
insurance
have-
plan or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Cheaper one.
So you have to choose your representative to meet with so they can verify that you've quit and can get your money.
That makes sense. Yeah, that's good. There's like a reward at the end.
Yeah.
As a motivator.
Yeah. Instead of it just being like a continual, just like never-ending thing, there's a reason to actually try to do it quickly.
I saw this one graphic once that was like, it was like an overtime kind of thing, and it was like, so you start off like you're a smoker, and it like lists all like I don't know if it lists like the negative health effects, but it goes through like all the weeks of if you were not to smoke, and it goes through like each week like statistics, like now like after 4 weeks you're like 50% less likely to like get emphysema or something
Oh,
like
that's
that.
cool.
Yeah, and that was
And just like reminders of the effects.
yeah, and that could be the kind of thing that like is kind of tied in with one of your graphs. Of like now that you've reached this point, like you're this much more likely not to die or whatever.
That's a good idea.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looks good.
Let me just read that. Okay.
I feel like maybe the biggest flaw with it is just the lockbox. Just because I feel like people would just like take like 3 cigs out of it at once, you know?
It's a lot.
I don't
Or
really-
they could go buy another pack.
Yeah,
But
right, yeah.
it's like kind of I don't know, people want to quit and then
Yeah,
and then
right.
that's when they will go say they're cheated. I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like if you spend money on the box, I mean, you're just kind of saying to yourself that you'll use it. Then
Yeah,
if
that's
you
true.
like-
That's
Yeah,
true.
that's true.
Yeah.
It's not like you're fooling anyone.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
Besides, like, I don't know how this thing could really know if you actually quit, because like you could probably input whatever you'd want into this, so that would be the only
Yeah.
issue. Yeah, I don't really know how you'd deal with that, but
Yeah, we're thinking that the accountability would be the hardest part, and that's why we had the like groups of people
Right.
and
Okay, that
the
makes sense, yeah.
representative thing, and we aren't really sure how the representative will be able to tell either. We're thinking like the like lung test, breathing test things.
do they have something like that? I mean,
But I don't know how if they don't have a baseline.
Right.
well, I
of
guess
how
you'd have
you're-
to do one in the beginning.
It's not like a
Yeah.
breathalyzer. It's like your lung capacity. You basically like hyperventilate into this machine.
Oh yeah, and it gets you
And
like,
then,
lung
like,
capacity or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could still, like, if you did that at the beginning of before you started using the app, and then at the end, and, like, if there was improvement, then they would know that you at least did something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, CBA.
So maybe if you're if you're doing it for the money, you have to go talk to